Meeting call to order. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guest. Welcome to Taj Toastmaster Club, club number 1158, Area 6, Division B and District 79. I'm Karunagaran, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Before we begin, let me read out the mission of our Toastmaster Club. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. Now, let's take our club oath. Kindly repeat after me. For better listening, for better thinking, for better speaking, we learn by doing. Thank you, Toastmaster. As a general rule, Toastmaster encourages all speakers and role players to speak on any topic except politics, religion, and sex. I hope all of you will enjoy today's exciting meeting. To start our today energetic meeting, we have our associate consultant for oral and maxillofacial surgery at King South Medical University. He is our past Vice President Education and current President of Taj Toastmaster. I'm very happy to welcome our President to conduct the meeting, today meeting. Welcome our President. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms, for enacting your role the best possible way and captivating all the audience right at the word go. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and all my dear friends, a warm good evening to you all. Today, we have yet another meeting, the meeting number 947 of Taj Toastmasters Club. And what an interesting theme we are having today. In fact, a captivating theme that I would say. We all go to the cinema, watch movies, be it in the theater or at home, with family, with friends. But one thing that we are all interested about movies is the message that it delivers us, the enjoyment that it gives us, and also the feeling of relaxation or sometimes a feeling of realization that we get to know. So today, our meeting is themed on this basis, and I'm pretty sure our TMOD, our Table Topics Master, and our General Evaluator and all the meeting leaders are going to captivate us with the theme of the meeting. Before we move on to the meeting, it's indeed time now to listen from our guests. We do have an array of guests here with us. We have, it's not an array of guests, but we have someone really important here with us. We have our District 79 Program Quality Director who has joined us as a guest and also is taking up one of the big three roles. DTM Sadia Khan, please, we would like to hear from you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. It's my pleasure to be part of this meeting today. I think I'm coming here for the first time, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. I'm here as a general evaluator at the request of my friend, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jijo, for making me part of this exciting theme. I'm really excited about it today. So let's begin. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, ma'am DTM Sadia Khan. We would love to see you in action in today's meeting. We also have yet another guest. We have a guest, Ms. Nuha Al-Fayez. Ms. Nuha Al-Fayez, we would be happy if you could introduce yourself to us.
Yes, hello, everybody. I just noticed about this club. I called since 10 minutes, and they just sent me the link for this this meeting. I just want to have more information about this club, and I wish I can be a part of you next time, inshallah.
Thank you very much for joining us, Ms. Noha. I'm pretty sure that you are going to enjoy the movie time themed meeting. Don't worry, this is movie time is just the theme, and in fact, it's going to be interesting than movies as well. So without further ado, let us just move on to the proceedings of the meeting. So it's now time to introduce or commend our last week's winners. We had a spectacular members who played their roles to perfection and impressed us all and won in their roles. So let me announce the winners of last week's meeting. Please give them a big round of applause, virtually or even through your videos, you could indeed clap. Our best speaker was Toastmaster Distinguished Toastmaster Manaz Al-Bukhari. Our best table topic speaker was Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Our best evaluator was Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim. Our best meeting leader was Toastmaster Mansoor Alam. And the best of Big Three was Toastmaster Hassan Hussain. Congratulations to all the winners of last week's meeting. And we also had two important club leaders, in fact, ExCom officers who completed their pathways levels. It was none other than the Vice President Education setting an example to complete his level 1 I'm sorry, I just missed out the path. He completed his level 1.
Innovative planning.
Innovative planning path. Thank you very much, Vice President Education, Toastmaster Jijo, for bringing that up. So he completed his level 1 in innovative planning, and also yours truly, I completed my level 1 in engaging humor path. A big round of applause for those 2 level completions. With that, we now go on to learn about the captivating word, the word of the day.
Point of order, we achieved 7 points, 7 DCP points.
Thank you very much, Vice President Education, again for bringing that up. And this is indeed a great honor and a remarkable moment, a significant achievement in our program year 2021-2022. We have already achieved 7 distinguished club points, which makes us eligible, provided we fulfill the remaining criteria for a select distinguished club. I'm sure this is just one step in our target to reach a President's Distinguished Club, which is 10 on 10. But for now, let us savor this achievement of 7 DCP points. And for your kind information, within the Riyadh divisions, that is Division A, B, N, and R, and I have not kept myself abreast of the remaining divisions in the district. Within these Riyadh divisions, there are only 2 clubs which have achieved this feat so far, and one of ours is Taj Toastmasters Club. And congratulations to everyone for all of this. Okay, without further ado, it's now time to introduce the word of the day, and to teach us about the word of the day, we have our word master, Toastmaster Sunita Johnny. Toastmaster Sunita Johnny, could you please introduce us the word of the meeting?
Presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening to you all. For today's meeting, we have the word captivate. Let me just share my screen here. Can I share my screen?
You can share your screen now.
Okay.
It's enabled now.
All right, thank you. It still says it's disabled.
Can you try now?
Okay, working. Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, very clear.
All right. So the word is captivate, which is a verb, and captivating would be the adjective. The meaning is to hold the attention of someone by being extremely interesting, exciting, pleasant, or attractive. Examples here. The actor captivated the audience with his skilled performance. The captivating aroma of sandalwood filled the room. So this is the word of the day. I encourage all Toastmasters to make use of the word as much as you can in your speeches, and I would report on the number of times that you use it when I'm called by the general evaluator. Thank you. Over to the presiding officer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunita Johnny, for introducing such a captivating word. And I'm pretty sure that all of us members who are walking up on the stage or in front of the screen are going to use this word as much as possible. Because this is the idea of having a word master and introducing a word of the day so that we enhance our vocabulary and make ourselves captivating whenever we speak in front of an audience or a group of people. Thank you very much for that one. Now, let's move on to the education session, the most interesting part of today's meeting. A rightful theme that we have today is movie time, because this gentleman who is going to helm the affairs today is a hero for his only heroine, I meant his wife, who sees him as a comedian. Apart from this, he takes up roles professionally in his office as a business analyst and also does character roles in Toastmasters. And sometimes those character roles are so powerful that they were a past president of Riyadh Tamil Toastmasters Club and currently a very powerful character or supporting role like that of a pillar because he is the division and director. Apart from that, he is also not only acting in movies of his life, he's also hogging the limelight in YouTube because he has a YouTube channel. And guess what he does there? He does movie reviews. Don't ask me how they are. Go like, subscribe, and watch them. And of course, he's not going to say that. I'm saying it on his behalf. So let's put our hands together to welcome our movie star, who is going to be the TMOD, Toastmaster Naresh, to take over the affairs of the meeting. Toastmaster Naresh, the stream is yours.
It's time to. Wow, what a wonderful beginning. It's like a mass movie where a great introduction to a Rajinikanth or Shah Rukh Khan movies. Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar, Dr. Sundar, the President. Thank you so much. And it's my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all for today's meeting with a wonderful theme. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Before getting into the role players, I would like to talk about the movies. We all know that we take movies as an entertainment medium. But today, as the theme is movie time, I took it very serious. I would like to share some ideas about the movies. It may not be an entertainment one, but more informative one. Have you ever thought why social media is very successful? Because it is allowing us to be the hero or heroine of our own movies. Be it in Instagram or in Facebook or even in LinkedIn, we script our own movies or we write our own scripts. Since centuries, humans have always been mesmerized by storytelling. And no one has yet found a better way to tell stories that reach all strata of societies than via movies. Films are literature, a form of literature. They push our perspectives. They establish new horizons for our imagination. They transport us. They are experiences beyond words and images. You know what? The reason I watch films or movies or rate the movies as the highest art of form is that the films combine the best of art, all forms. There is the best of literature, dialogue, voiceover, lyrics, music, dance, photography. Guess what? It's all available within the manageable time period, maybe 2 to 3 hours. That is why movies are rated as so high. There's no other art form which directly presents you the most intimate or private moments of human moments in life. Music, dancing, photography, and painting, etc., are expressions of those private moments, if not the exact moment. Where else we can replicate those moments? Only in movies. We can put ourselves in other shoes through the movies. Gillian Lynch, a famous psychotherapist, she said, films provide an opportunity for the viewers to recognize themselves in a character or some part of a film's narrative in order to undergo the change. We all watch movies because movies matter. Because they let us relate to other people. They let us suspend our disbelief. They inspire us, scare us, make us laugh, cry, dream, smile, question. Most importantly, it makes us to empathize. I'm going to talk a lot about the movies. Before that, I would like to introduce the meeting leaders of today's meeting. Before getting into that, we all know that there are three main parts of any Toastmasters Club meeting. I'm just explaining this for the benefit of the guest or any new Toastmaster. First, we will be having the prepared speech session, where our members will provide the speeches from their Pathways program. Secondly, there will be a table topic session where members can practice their impromptu speaking skills. The third, one of the most important session, which is general evaluation session. So as a Toastmaster of the day today, it's my duty to introduce the meeting leaders to run today's program. First, let me start with the R counter. While introducing the meeting leaders, I would like to ask one simple question to all the people, just to know their preferences. First, the R counter. Let me welcome Toastmaster Manzoor Alam as an R counter.
Good evening to all. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, the purpose of our counter is to note word and sound that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sound including ha, and I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used this expression. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansoor. I would like to ask a question, Toastmaster Mansoor. Which was the movie you have seen very recently? The very recent time. Which was the movie you have seen?
Yes, sir. Recently, sir, I watched a comedy movie. That was Amdani Atani Kharcha Rupaiya. This is based on Bollywood movies.
Bit old movie, right?
Yes, very old movie, sir. But
thank you.
This is full of comedy.
Thank you. It's fine. A young person watching a bit classical or a very old movie, that explains the importance of the movies. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mansoor.
Thank you, sir.
Now let's go to the grammarian. Toastmaster Mateen, as a grammarian, please share your responsibilities.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I bet it would be a captivating event today with a lot of lyrics and good music. As a grammarian, my responsibility is to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of the improper language as well as the outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mateen. The same question goes to you. Which movie you have seen very recently?
Very recently, I came from vacation, so quite sure I enjoyed a movie with my wife, which is Three Idiots, and I'm sure you will have smiles on your faces. One of them will be me.
I'm not talking about the content of the movie, but the title itself is a very perfect one to watch along with the movie. Thank you.
Thank you.
And let me welcome Toastmaster Ibrahim as a listener. Toastmaster Ibrahim, please share your responsibilities.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honorable guests, being a good listener is as important as being a good speaker. As a listener, I will note interesting tidbits of information from any of the speakers and ask questions near the end of the meeting and see if everyone was paying attention. That's my role today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim. The same question. Which movie you have seen very recently?
The Ice Road. I watch movies in the theater. Ice Road is the one which
Yeah, kind of a Hollywood masala, right?
Yeah, kind of. You could say that. Entertainment.
Great. Thank you. That's the reason we go to the movies, the pure entertainment. Let's welcome Toastmaster Parvez as a timer. Please share your responsibilities, Toastmaster Parvez.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. I'm audible.
You are audible but not visible.
Yeah, I will share the screen of that, green and yellow background. That's why I put.
No problem. You share your responsibilities. You can listen.
Once again, good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. As timer, I will time the prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red card, which denote specific time remaining. Those giving prepared speeches should limit their remarks to their specific time limits. We have 4-5 speeches like first of all, first is ice breaking speeches. The allowable time limit is 4 to 6 minutes length. This 3 cards is divided like green, yellow, and red. 4 minute, 5 minute, and 6 minute. Accordingly, the display will be happened, and most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes. For that, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and 7 minutes. Green, yellow, and red. Table topic speakers, they have to complete their remarks between 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute for green, 2 minutes, 1.3, 1 minute 30 seconds for yellow, and 2 minutes for red. The last one is individual evaluation, should be 2 to 3 minutes. Green, yellow, red, accordingly 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30 seconds, and 3 minutes. For all speeches, table topic and evaluation, the speakers have 30 seconds to wrap their presentation after the red card. I will show how to, you can see my DP, this red, green, and yellow. I will show.
Are you showing now? Are you showing now?
Yeah, I am showing. Can you see in my DP?
No, I'm not able to see that.
Now the red card, can you see in my DP?
It's not very clear somehow. I can see the green, but I think you have to move away from the,
Yellow accordingly.
Yeah, it's better, but it's not clear. BPE, can we go for it?
Yeah, you can just close the camera.
Yeah.
He can close the camera with his finger, or he can put something he can stick on there.
Yeah. If you can close the camera, please.
Okay, accordingly like this. Now is it?
No.
Please fold the paper and put on the camera.
Yes.
In front of camera, like this.
Yes.
You just you have to close the camera. Yes, now it's perfect. You have to close the camera while changing the color. Yes.
So it's green and yellow accordingly.
Yes.
Okay, so I will show accordingly like this, and good wishes to all speakers. Thank you very much. Back to the.
Yeah. The question is same. Which movie you have seen recently?
Recently, I saw Bhoot Police. That is the full horror and comedy movie with Saif Ali Khan.
Bhoot Police, right?
Bhoot Police, yeah.
Did you watch for Yami Gautam or for Jacqueline Fernandez?
Yes. Yami Gautam.
Yeah. Now I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Finally, we have our president, Dr. Toastmaster Sundar as the word counter. Toastmaster Sundar, your responsibilities and also the answer for the question.
Thank you very much, TMOD, for this question. And before that, let me introduce my role. I am here to give you the Oscar Awards for today's movie time theme, the meeting. Of course, how will I do it? I'm going to ask you all to vote for the best speaker, the best prepared speaker, the best table topic speaker, evaluator, meeting leader, and the best of big three. We don't have Oscars to hand out, but at least we'll give a certificate. And I will not vote. Don't worry, I'm not a panelist. Unless there is some need to break a tie, I might be a biased guy. And regarding the question which our TMOD asked, sir, I watched 2 movies recently. One was for the heroine and one was for the story. For the heroine, I saw Netrikan, which starring Nayantara. And for the story, I saw the movie Kruti, a Malayalam movie. I hope I answered all your questions.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar. The reason I asked this question to all the people, the same question to all the people, is just to showcase the preferences or the variety in terms of our likings or dislikes or our preferences. The Tamil guy is watching a Malayalam movie. A relatively very young guy is watching a bit old classical movie, a comedy movie, a pure masala movie. So this is what the movie. It makes us to forget all the issues in our real life and get got into that, and so that we will come back as a new person, so that we can focus and we can come back more strongly. Before moving to the prepared speech, the president has introduced me as the movie reviewer. We have talked a lot about the movies. I also would like to talk about the movie critics. I understand most people watch or read movie reviews mainly to decide whether to watch or not to watch the movie. But that's not the right way. As like the movie, even the movie critics also have some responsibilities. The modern cinema which we watch today, the kinetic cinematography or creative sound designs, dynamic editing, and many of the technical advancements are the outcome of a film movement called the French New Wave. And who started this? It's film critics. We all know that Hitchcock is the greatest filmmakers of all time. But during his time, his reputation was that of as a wild entertainer. The same film critics analyzed his movies and introduced those details and depths of his movie to the world and elevated him. That's a responsibility. That should be the responsibility of any film critic. We talk a lot about the movies and all those things. Now it's time to get into business. Let us continue. Let us go for the prepared speech session. As I told already, the speakers will give their speeches from their pathways manual. Before introducing the first speaker, I would like to call the evaluator, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan, to share the objective of the first speaker. Toastmaster Maya Krishnan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Am I audible?
Yes, perfect.
Dear fellow Toastmaster, guest gatherers, a warm good evening to all. Today, my speaker is going to deliver a pathways from leadership development, L2P2, understanding your leadership styles. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this project for member to identify his leadership style, the member to share some aspect of his leadership style or discuss leadership style in general. Over to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan. As he said, the speaker is going to give his speech in L2P2. It's time to introduce the speaker. The speaker, he has completed the Diploma in Ceramic in Technology and MBA in Industrial Engineering. He's working as a quality assurance head in Saudi Ceramics company for the past 10 years. He married and has 2 kids, 1 boy and 1 girl. The speech title is My Leadership Style. Toastmaster, let me introduce Toastmaster Karthikeyan to give the speech on My Leadership Style. Toastmaster Karthikeyan, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you for the nice introduction. TMOD, I'm audible and visible?
Yes, you just have to move slightly back. to have your full little more bit because your head is cutting.
Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very warm good evening to everyone. Let's talk about leadership style. Toastmasters, what is leadership style? Because leadership is the ability to get extraordinary work from the ordinary people by the famous leadership writer Brian Tracy. We have several kind of leadership in our personal and professional, whatever we are seeing, all are having their own leadership style. But finally, we bring all the leadership style in two groups. That is a good leader, that is a bad leader. Usually the people says very simply, whatever you put hard work or whatever it's, they will define that he's a good leader, he have a good leadership style. He's a bad leader, he doesn't have the leadership style. I like to share my personal experience that my previous manager having certain kind of leadership style is very, very good in professional. He will study all the kind of course that it is introducing in the market, whatever it's related to safety or related to quality or related to the market or same like crisis management, whatever it's. And same now I have a manager, the new manager, that he is also having some kind of leadership, that how he instructing us, how he handling the team. Both are very good, but if you deeply noted that both persons are having different kind of leadership style. That what one thing I have learned in that leadership style is not a position that you have to be handled. It's a skill that we should learn from our daily life or an experience. That's what Toastmasters, even in my daily life or my work related, that even in as an internal auditor, the leadership is very, very important, that I have instructing the people. Even the standard says very clearly, like 9001 in class 5, leadership, how to define the leadership and commitments, focus on customers, okay, make the policies, communicate the policies, how you are communicating the policies, okay, set up the organizational structures, okay, give the authority to the people and give the responsibility to the people. That what leadership is, that daily what we are learning based on our work activities. Also Toastmasters, I like to share some of the points personally, that whatever I heard the leadership, that I was personally inspired by the great missile man, the great scientist, our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Once incident was registered in my mind, like once he got his missile mission got failed, that he have told that the responsibility is myself because of the mission has failed. At the same time, once he got success, his missile, he was go backward and he put his team to the front, that he tells that the benefits goes to my team. What such a great leader is. That what he is inspired me a lot. Sometimes you must command to the people that who is heard about you. Sometimes you have to just pass the message to the people that who follow you. So that what leadership is not a position that you have to be handle the things. Leadership is a skill that you have to be learned by our daily life. That what also I have understand that we should not have the single leadership style to handle the job or the circumstance that you have in our daily life. We should learn several things for us to handle, or we should have the dynamic leadership skill with us to handle the things in our daily life. Also, there is something in my experience, past 10 to 15 years as a leadership type, like you have to talk to the people, that you have to be sort it out, or you have to fight with the people. Sometime you have to be sort it out or just ignore them. That's what I'm facing in my daily leadership, that even in daily life, we should have different kind of leadership, that we should, how we are handle the people without fighting with them. Almost of the things, like whatever we are explaining to the customers, like even my daily examples, that I'm dealing with several customers' complaints, that all customers are angry, very angry about this, but we couldn't blame the customers are not happy and they are not right. Customers are always right to make them. That what we should deal them in very clear, in very justifiable way, that how we are doing the things. Also, Toastmasters leadership style is one very, very important to our life, in our daily perspective or at work environmental, that how we are handling the leadership. Also, Toastmasters, that what Toastmaster is teaching us, where the leaders are made. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. Fellow Toastmasters, it's time to move on to the second speaker. The second speaker, before calling him, I would like to call the evaluator of his speech, Toastmaster Jaber Ali, to share his objective of the speech. Toastmaster Jaber Ali.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My speaker is going to deliver his L1P2 speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Speech title is Heroes Are Born, Not Made. Speech time is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish my speaker to deliver his speech to the best of level to captivate all audience. Back to you, TM Wood.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaber Ali. Now the second speaker is going to provide his speech in L1P2. He is a project manager consultant in a built environment. He has recently obtained PMP certificate and looking forward to obtain chartered membership CIOB. And most importantly, he was the project manager for the Empire Cinemas, the first project in Jizan. What a coincidence. Fellow Toastmasters, let us welcome Toastmaster Praveen to give his speech on, the speech title is Heroes Are Born, Not Made. Heroes are born, not made. Toastmaster Praveen, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naresh. Good evening, Toastmasters. The heroes are made or born. It's a very complicated to decide whether they're born or made. Somebody believes they are made, somebody believes they are born. But through the final journey with you, I'm gonna prove that heroes are born, they are not made. You might be wondering, being a Toastmaster, I'm saying this. Our Toastmaster motive is we deliver the leaders. Heroes are same. How? I'll tell you my experience. I was presenting one project for our CEO. He was a good leader and he's a hero. So we are presenting one project for the retail store, which is to be opened in the airport. It was a bidding project. So we have a big presentation. All the team marketing team, everybody's there. We are presenting. We everybody prepared. We are struggling for 1 hour present to our CEO. So to take his feedback, meeting started. We show the presentation. We show the first slide. We show the second slide. Then he said, stop. We are surprised what. Then he told, this is a standard design which are showing, but we are making a store in an airport, which is a very premium area. Do you all guys think we should have the same standard of store to be delivered in the premium area? Everybody is speechless because nobody has a thought. Nobody even think we could have the better experience in the better areas. The meeting was finished in 5 minutes. At the moment, there is another hero is born. You might be wondering who. It's me. I've seen his 2 minutes, the thought what he gave to us. He didn't discourage all. He said only, can we have better? That's it. Before that, I was working as a project manager on many projects. Everybody used to say you should have the proper leadership. I was searching how should I become a very good leader and all. But the moment in that meeting, I learned how should we become a good leader. And people say by born is not like by birth. By birth, people, 6 feet height people, when they speak, they can't speak properly. So you can like a good leader. Short people with a high pitch, they can speak. But are they become a good leader? Not in the first impression. A beautiful girl comes to you and asks something, and maybe a handsome man comes to you and asks for something. You all will reply immediately. But a beautiful lady comes and talks in a male voice, and you know how you react. So the leaders are born. When they're born from struggles, like a heroes. They're all born from the struggles, not from their birth. But how is going to be happen in Toastmasters, delivering the Toastmasters leaders? I tell you one other story. I have one friend, you know, as a bachelors, when we have weekend parties. So we call him for the bachelor party in the weekend. Hey, come on, we have party. He cooks chicken very good. But we didn't tell him that he has to cook. Just we asked him, come for the party. He said, okay, I'll join after my gym. We are waiting. He came from the gym. And he started where the party started. Then we said, no, we are waiting for you to cook the chicken. He said, no, I finished my gym. I can't, I'm so tired. We are all surprised how you came from the gym. You have a lot of energy to do it because you did the gym. So you got energy. He said, no, I'm making my body. One day when it's required, I should have the proper energy to do it. I'm building it. In the same way, the leaders, skills, what we acquire in the Toastmasters Club is we are all requiring skills. When we require, we can deliver our skills. How? Apart from we getting some designation in the offices so that we can start becoming a leader and we showing the leadership skills to our organization or somebody else? No. We have to show our skill everywhere. Even at your home, at your colleagues, you can show your skills. Slowly, slowly, you start showing your skills. You will learn, you will get practice. Then you become a good leader. To become a good leader, you should have the skills and at the same time, you should have a good practice. And moreover that, as a leader, should gain the trust. A good leader gain the trust from the people. So if you build your trust, you become a good leader. Thank you. Back to Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pravi, for the speech. Fellow Toastmasters, now let's move on to the third speaker. Before moving on to the speaker, I would like to call Toastmaster Roy Jones to share the objective of this speaker. Toastmaster Roy Jones.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Am I audible?
Perfect. And handsome.
Thank you. Today, my speaker is going to present a level 1 project 1, which we are calling icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. The time allowed is 4 to 6 minutes. The speech title is About Me. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roy Jones. I wanted to give a grand introduction or the welcome to the speaker, but unfortunately, as he is giving a speech on L1 and P1, the icebreaker session, I could not do that. But I'm more interested to know more about this particular speaker. So fellow Toastmasters, let us welcome Toastmaster Jitesh Raj to give his icebreaking speech. Toastmaster Jitesh Raj on About Me. About Me,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Jitesh, please.
Thank you. Good evening, all fellow Toastmasters, and hope all of you are doing good. Am I visible and audible properly?
Yes.
Okay.
However, you are getting interrupted with the background image. So if you want to continue with that, it's okay. Otherwise, you can remove. It's up to you.
Let's keep it. Let's see how it goes.
Fine.
Okay. Okay. Warm good evening to all. I'm Jitesh Raj. As part of Icebreaker speech today, I'll be explaining myself a little about me and hope it will be interesting and engaging, and I'll try to be more light so that we will be hold on to the seat. Okay, so to begin with, I have spent my childhood in Rourkela, Orissa. My schooling and graduation was in Rourkela and Cuttack. My dad is a retired SAIL employee, Steel Authority of India Limited employee. So, and my mom was a housewife. Now they are settled in Chennai from last 21 years. I can say I had a pretty decent middle class life. We had a privilege of proper township from central government with all amenities and all that. So I had, going back to my family, I have two brothers. My elder brother is 5 years older to me, and the other one is a twin brother. So I have a twin brother, and he's in Chennai, and my elder brother is in Hyderabad. They are doing good in their own their life, and so as I said, I have a twin brother. We have a kind of, to be frank, we have a entertaining and confusing childhood. So we looked identical. So people like teachers, family members, parents, relatives, all used to get confused. So we enjoyed this confusion. Also, it came with some disadvantages like direct comparison or in academic sports, any personal life. Everywhere comparison also comes, but also there is something good like you can share things and all that stuff. So one funny incident which happened during my college days was my brother was driving his bike, and one guy, he was my friend. He was running behind him, thinking that I'm the one. So thing is, and this my brother didn't stop the vehicle. So by the end, next day, that friend called me and said, "Why you didn't stop? I was coming behind you," and it was like this kind of lot of things happened during our childhood. So now taking you to the next phase of my life, after graduation, we were settled in Chennai, and immediately we joined some computer courses so that we could get some IT jobs. But that was a recession period, and for a fresher, getting IT job and without engineering was difficult. So after training, I was doing some MCA students project works. They have a final year project. I was doing their projects, and also was training in some of the training institutes in Chennai. So after 2 years of struggle, I got an opportunity to work with Ford Business Service Center in Chennai, and it is 100% subsidiary of Ford North America, and it was an accounts payable job. I was in Ford of Europe, actually. I still miss that company, as I can say it is one of the best employed in the world. So it's sad that we hear that they have left recently from Indian car market. I still remember that walk-in interview where 850 eagerly waiting candidates were waiting in a marriage hall, and I was one of the 13 candidates who got selected that day. So after working, it was something like winning an Oscar that day. After working for two years in Ford, I moved to Bangalore in Accenture, and it was for the client called British Petroleum. There, the main reason to go to Bangalore was there was a lot of friends there, so I can be with them. I have a good Bangalore time. So after working for 2 years in Accenture, I got opportunity to work with ANZ, Australian New Zealand Bank, which is which we know that as a green-list bank in Middle East. So I was lucky enough to get an opportunity to go on-site in Melbourne for 4 to 6 months. 4 months first and 2 months later. My job was to get the bank reconciliation and lending operations to India. And when we returned back to India, there was already 40 to 45 people sitting to get trained. I can say that one of the most challenging time of my professional career was that, because there was a lot of expectation from both the end, Melbourne side and from India. Anyways, going back to personal life, personal friend, I got married in 2006, and my wife name is Anita. I have 12-year-old son, Akshat. Right now they are in India. Anita also is born and brought up in Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal. Her father was in BHEL. So we share same gene or something like same kind of chemistry. So then, so we speak much of because her Malayalam, my Malayalam doesn't match. So we speak, she starts correcting me. This is right word, that is right. So we stopped talking Malayalam, we started in Hindi. When we speak, so my son always get confused which language to adopt. So currently they are in India because of this pandemic situation. They are not able to come back. And going back to my professional life again, after working 6 years in ANZ, I gained interest in process improvement, and because I was the initial person who brought the process, so I had a approach in changing process, making improvement. So I started, because of this, it gave me Six Sigma training, green belt and all that. So I was a Six Sigma green belt by that time. And but career was not moving to the Six Sigma line. I was more into operational side. So I left the company after working for 6 years there. I joined a Six Sigma consulting firm in Bangalore called Annexus, which is registered in Denmark. The CEO was an ex-VP of Deloitte, and he also worked in Riyadh Bank in Riyadh as a VP quality, Vice President quality, and also had a lot of experience, 20-25 years of experience as a quality head and all that. So he's a master black belt, and with it was a great learning experience from him, because he was good in managing, he was good in finding the solution for any kind of problems. So it was something which I learned from him. And after that, I was part of their training. Like I was taking trainings for green belts in corporate offices in Bangalore. Like Mobile, Saudi Mobile was a client because Mobile also have an office in Bangalore. So I went there for the training, for Six Sigma training there. We done some projects there. So they saw me as they were able to interact. They saw that because of my track record, Mobile gave me an offer in Saudi. So in that way, I came to Saudi Arabia and Riyadh in 2012. So after working in Mobile for 2 years, I left and joined STC. Right now, I'm in STC Process Excellence. With all this above experience, one thing I can assure you is if you have a clear objective and passion in life, you can achieve your goal. Sometimes if you it may take time, you need to be patient and keep this zeal alive. Also take risk in life. Take risk in life if you to achieve that passion, to do that passion. If passion demands that to take risk. Six Sigma, Lean, Kaizen, ISO was my passion. So I am trying to be part of it. I'm there from last 15 years in this field. So I still remember when I joined NXS, I was paid 60% low from my NZ salary. So everyone in my family, friends, everyone said that it is an audacious decision. It's a risky decision. But for me, meeting my career objective or passion was more than this salary. According to me, job satisfaction is much more important than money. So reach out and try to work in that field which satisfies you. Without any effort, you will excel in life, and money will follow you. So hope my speech was able to captivate your attention, and thank you so much for the time having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jitesh, for your introduction, icebreaker speech. You said one thing that you guys are not speaking to each other in Malayalam. Let me share your secret. In many houses, not only in Malayalam, all the languages, they don't speak to each other. Anyhow, thank you so much. And fellow Toastmasters, it's time to move on to the final speaker. Before moving on to him, let me welcome Toastmaster Shakir to share the responsibilities of the speaker. Toastmaster Shakir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. A very warm good evening to fellow Toastmasters and guests. My speaker going to deliver a speech from the Pathways Motivational Strategies, L2P3. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envision mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of a previous experience as a prodigy. The speech length will be 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the best to my speaker. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shakir. As he said, the speaker is going to give his speech in L2P2. While I'm trying to introduce the speaker, when I'm going through the introduction or the knowing about him, I felt I can give a speech on his achievements. That's such a long achievements as well as a great bio data he has. Let me introduce him in a very short. He is currently working as a global planning and control manager at Bahri Logistics Corporate Office. He has served as a vice chairman of Washington Metropolitan Cricket Board for 4 years. Prior coming to Riyadh, he was working as a marketing manager in Baltimore for 18 years. He has worked in Dammam and many other places in Saudi Arabia. He did diploma courses in strategic planning and project management in USA. So there are a lot many things to come. Let me welcome Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali to share his speech on mentors in my life. Mentors in my life, Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and the Toastmaster of the evening, a very warm good evening. As a marine corporate professional, we do a lot of mentoring. I have found that good mentoring is a discipline agnostic. Tons of resilience goes into mentoring. When you are a mentor to a sailor or a marketing manager, there is no much difference. The same principles apply. Mentor and protege is a relationship between a human to human. No matter which professional job you do, the best mentors are more like the relationship between a parent and a child. That's exactly how they take care. It's not like a boss and an employee. Mentorship is at the heart of Toastmasters International. And that's one of the reasons why I love Toastmasters. You take away mentorship, you take away mentoring from Toastmasters, it will be like a body without soul. They are characterized by mutual respect, trust, shared values, and good communication. If you notice around, today, if I'm able to aim to do something which I would have never thought, I can tell you, this is because my mentor, who is unfortunately sick today, pumped me, go ahead, you can do it. His name is Manas. And it's funny. It's funny how he just said in the most simplified way and the balance which he strikes by not pushing me. He and I must have had maybe a dozen types of conversations. And every time we talked, I was like walking like this. Okay, Manas, well, but what about this? You know, well, I need to do something for my son. So do you think this? And he was truly instrumental. The way he strikes the balance, understanding that, okay, well, he would get the fact, let me just touch base with him, share the information, and he's a grown-up person. He will catch up from there. I was truly blessed to have Manas. And on the other side, I also have Jito. He has been mentoring me as well from a different club. So essentially, effective mentorship takes time. Okay, mentor puts hours of time that they could use to pursue their own career and goal and spend them on someone else. They make that choice. It's a sacrifice what they make, where they just devote countless hours towards their protege. When I mentored my protege in my career, I learned a lot from him. And that was like Ray Joswiak, who was elder to me, but I was his mentor. I had the opportunity to share my experience to him, and he respected for the wisdom and the knowledge. Especially, he had very little knowledge about how the world in the East is. The best mentor in my life was Thomas, who taught me marine. He was a power pack. And the values what he instilled in me, I still continue to cherish those. The kind of passion he would bring and the kind of fascinating excitement he would bring on my success is unmatched. He would like come in my office. Did you get this? Look at this. Look at this course. 85% you got. And I said, yeah, but 15. Oh, no one in Saudi Arabia had scored 85. The average was 65, highest was 79. Think about that. And then he will look like this. And then we'll say, hey, you're supposed to get excited now. And I said, yeah. He's saying, guess what? You're going to Copenhagen. I was looking at him because there were people lined up to seek that opportunity. But it was his mentor who saw the qualities. He knew how to sharpen the saw. He knew how to sharpen people and get the best out from them. And never, ever has he imposed himself on me. That's the best thing I like. He would always say, well, would you consider doing this or this? And I never thought him like an imposing boss. He taught me that the devil is always in details. You need to relate to the details, bring up here, and then present to the top. Unless you don't have the mastery over how those numbers or the presentations sum up with these details, you would never be in a position essentially to understand and comprehend what you're presenting. And if you don't, at any given time, if you don't, there will be times where you wouldn't understand or a curveball is thrown at you. There will be several questions people would ask. One single liner without getting defensive. That's a good question. Let me get back to you on that. And that has helped me. And you guys master this sentence. That is a good question. Let me get back to you on that. Because no one expects you to know all the answers. And that was one lesson which Thomas taught me. Excellent. Wherever he is, he calls me at times saying, hey, bud, what's going on? That's kind of a relationship it is. So when you guys have opportunities as a protege or as a mentor, consider this as a lifetime opportunity, how you invest in your protege, that you pass on the legacy from you to them. The legacy what Thomas forwarded to me is priceless. I can't agree more that in order to be a successful mentor who understands the Toastmaster mission and values, they offer wide spectrum of skills and expertise. I truly cherish my mentors. Currently here in Riyadh, both of them are experienced, knowledgeable mentors. And the best thing is they are value-centric. They are not the one who would just go out and then support you with compromising their values. That's the best thing what I like about them. So when you get good mentors, cherish them, support them, compliment them. And once you begin doing that, you'll get to see an excellent synergy between you and your mentor. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for your speech. Fellow Toastmasters, we have almost come to the end of the prepared speech session. I believe all these speeches you have enjoyed a lot. So it's time to cast the vote for the best prepared speaker. Before that, I would like to ask whether all the speakers are qualified. Timer, whether all the speakers are qualified?
All the speakers are qualified.
Are you sure?
Except one, Mr. Jitesh Raj. He took 9 minutes 42 seconds.
You can say just yes or no. The name of the speaker who is not qualified.
The name of the speaker who is not qualified is Mr. Jitesh Raj.
Okay, thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, please cast your vote for the remaining speakers, who are Toastmaster Karthikeyan, Toastmaster Praveen, and Toastmaster Ibrahim, according to your preference. And the vote counter, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar.
Thank you, Tia Modi. The voting link has already been shared.
Yeah, please cast your vote for the best speaker, prepared speaker. Now, fellow Toastmasters, now it's the time to move on to the most interesting session, which is table topic session. I would like to call the table topic master straight away. He is a HSE professional, basically working at MAPCO Construction Company as a HSE in charge. Recently completed ISO 9001 and 14001. He is having one wife. More than that, I admired him a lot because for his enthusiasm and active participation in various events of Taj. He is a current ex-club secretary in Taj Excom. Fellow Toastmasters, let me welcome Toastmaster Sunil Idilkula. Toastmaster Sunil Idilkula as a TTM. Before starting your thing, I would like to ask you a question. Who is your favorite actress and why? Who is your favorite actress and why? The reason I'm asking you this is to record and show it to your wife. Thank you.
Obviously, thank you for your question, sir. I like your question, and I always love our favorite actor, Mammootty. Mammootty is
I said actress. I know you are very clever. I know you are very smart and clever, but I asked actress.
It's none other than Nayanthara. She is my native girl. She is also from Tiruvalla. I am also from Tiruvalla.
What's the name?
Yes.
Yeah, please carry on, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you, my dear Toastmaster of the day, none other than Division and Director Toastmaster Naresh. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, a warm good evening to you all. It's my pleasure to be with you to today's table topic master. People often say table topic doesn't require preparations. Well, champions are always prepared. Be it an impromptu speech or a prepared speech. We have many champions in our club. Let's see who will be the champion of the champions. For the benefit of those who are not familiar, let me begin with explain the timing criteria. For the speaker to qualify, he or she has to speak minimum 1 minute and maximum 2.5 minutes. The timer, he will show the green screen and it will be switched on at 1 minute, yellow at 1.5 minutes, and red at 2 minutes. Once the red screen is turned on, the speaker has 30 seconds to wrap up his or her speech. The red screen will be on until completion of his or her speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our game. Are you all ready? Okay, the first question is that which is the most funniest movie you ever seen in your life? I will repeat it. Which is the most funniest movie you ever seen in your life? For this question, I will go for our club comedian. Where is our Toastmaster Maya Krishnan? Toastmaster Maya Krishnan, can you explain this? Toastmaster Maya Krishnan, are you there? Okay, I'm not wasting my time. I will go for this question with Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, warm good evening to all of you. The funniest movie which I have watched, I can say I can remember The Baby's Day Out, where the babies start making moves. Each move, it disturbs, makes us fun. And when I starting watching this movie as fun, my pressure go down, and I ask my kids to stay with me to watch this movie, to enjoy the fun, and I give priority to my kids. During the time of selection of movie, I ask my kids to check which movie they are selecting. They try to select a fun comedy movie. Why? It not only keeps our pressure down, it always gives you a fresh mind with a funny movie. The Baby's Day Out. Until now, I can remember, if I watch again, I can laugh out loud. Try watching this movie if you have time. And I love to watch any kind of movie, whether it is a stupid movie or I can say motivational movie, horror movie, whatever. For each movie, I like to have popcorn, which I complete before the movie completes. Maybe I have to take the second popcorn, then ice cream, samosa. This is what I love most when I go to cinema rather than watching a fun movie. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Iqbal Kazim. You attempt directly for this this question, and you explained that very well about you love more than movie. You love food. You eat more popcorns while you are watching in the movie. So I like this question and answer very nicely. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim. Let's go for the second question. I'm going very fast because I think we are running short of time. Okay, the question number 2. Do you think Bollywood award show are fair? I'll repeat. Do you think Bollywood awards shows are fair? For this question, I would like to call none other than our president, Dr. Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam.
Let me spotlight the timer. Are Hollywood awards fair? Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and all my dear friends, I was speaking to you a little while ago when I was introducing myself as the role of the vote counter. I told you that I would be the one deciding who takes the Oscar award today. Of course, not the Oscar award. We have the best speaker or the best meeting role player award. Well, when we talk about awards, are they really fair? When we see everything in life has two sides, male, female, good, bad, positive, negative, poverty, plenty. Even if you toss the coin, you have heads or tails. Well, awards are something similar. Awards end up usually with happiness in one set of people and disappointment in the other. If you talk about fairness, I would like to quote the famous quotation that everything is fair in love and war. Well, awards also something similar to this one. Let's take the case of our own experience. When we walk onto the stage in a contest season, we give on our best shot, and at the end of the day, when the results are being read out, everybody who performed on the stage feels that they should be the winner and holding the trophy. Same way, if you talk about Hollywood awards, everybody who gets nominated for the award wants to be called up on the stage and the Oscar goes to. They want to be that way. But unfortunately, awards are reserved, not just reserved, there are only one award to be given for a choice from a plenty. So what happens here is like a clash of perspectives. It all narrows down to the perspective of the team of people who are trying to read in the awards. Although all forms of bias are trying to be eliminated in whatever possible way, at the end of the day, the human sixth sense plays a role, and this ends up in somewhere someone going to get disappointed. Well, if you finally ask me, are they in real fairness? Well, somebody who won the award is going to say it is fair. But for someone who lost it, probably they should not get disappointed. They should rather look at their own performance being a better version of themselves, whether they have captivated the minds, reaching the message, and not just holding the trophy. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, our president, for your answer. You are indeed directly answered the question. well, you said the awards are great thing, but you are saying that someone is getting happy and someone is getting sorrow while we are getting the awards. Same like our Toastmaster Club also. When we are getting, someone is getting awards and someone is not getting awards, so they are also getting some hesitations for this. Thank you for your answer. Let's go for the third question. The third question is that female actors in Indian movies, do you think is underrated? I'll repeat, female actors in Indian movies, do you think is underrated? For this question, I would like to ask some of our ladies. Is it possible, Dr. Sundar, to ask our general evaluator?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, if DTM Sadia Khan is interested in answering, of course.
Okay. So, DTM Sadia Khan, can you answer this question?
Yes, sure. Your question, table topic master, is that women, female actresses, the actresses in the movies are underrated. I would say yes and no. There are some actresses who have really made their mark. When the name of Nayantara was every time mentioned, I saw the glow on President's face. I saw the glow on other Toastmasters' face. So I would say that the actresses are underrated, but yeah, they have limited scope. They have limited opportunities. And I hope and pray that women in all the sectors get more scope, more, it is, I wouldn't say that it is a male world or men's world. It is women who need to make their presence felt. So I think if you are good enough, if you work hard, if you are able to make your place, then you can make your place anywhere. So I wouldn't take the support that women are underrated because there are no men do not allow them, but it is more, I would say that it is both ways. So women need to be more assertive, find their voice, make their presence felt, and men, on the other hand, need to be that supportive person that we look forward, because we are side of the both side of the coins, both sides of the coin. So let us say that no, I wouldn't agree with the topic that women are underrated, but yes, to a certain extent, they are responsible for being underrated because they're not being more assertive. So I wish that I would see more glow on the faces of all of you and have more women coming up with more meaningful roles rather than just being there for the sake of beauty. They need to be women of substance rather than just beauty. So back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, DTM Sadia Khan. You really directly attended the question, and with you are not agree or disagree in the beginning, but yeah, at the end, but you already asked what I understand that you said that there is no any male chauvinist or we need to be fair with that. I mean, there is gender equality. You need to be in fair enough in the male and female category, like both the same side of the coin. That was you mentioned. Thank you very much, DTM Sadia Khan. Let's go for the fourth question. Very nice question. For the fourth question, the question is: if Bollywood makes a biography on your life, would you think should play your role? Who do you think should play your role? I will repeat: if Bollywood makes a biography on your life, who do you think should play your role? I will call. Well, DTM Shankar Tiwari is in. So, DTM Shankar Tiwari, can you give the answer for this? As a senior person, you can. I think you have the plan in your mind. Many of the you already arrived.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
DTM, you can have a dream that your biography should be in limelight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this one. Actually, I am practicing for that in this district. Means after completing my district 79 goal as district director, so I will definitely move to Bollywood. And for the time being, if possible, I will select actually childhood is my when I've reached to graduation level, undergraduate level. Somebody used to say that Mithun Chakravarti. I'm a copy of Mithun Chakravarti because of my hairstyle. Then after that, when Ramayana started in episode started, they're saying Arun Govil is similar to you. So I think just the moment changed and your perception and your things change. So I will select the best person of Bollywood industry like Shah Rukh Khan or the latest version of some like I feel that Saif Ali Khan is better for me to make my real feelings live in front of the audience. That's the beauty, what I believe that. And till moment, I will make myself more, expose myself more in the community, that people will take something more very attractive part me, because I'm simple person right now. So simple person, anyone can take a role of a simple person, but at least we need to have something very important, means goal in your life. So that goal means someone means come forward to take your role play. So that biography, we have to work hard for that one. So this is a message for me. Even I have today, it's a wonderful message that you just recall that what our goal should be. Our goal should be a perfect person in your life. That in that anyone can take your role and play it. So that's the beauty of our human being. So I believe that one thing. If when someone give a step, something very important in your, when you die, if someone see the empty chair, said yes, that person, that particular moment, if someone remember you, that is the beauty. So that role play, no need to cast any past, no need to role means our role biography played by one. You are the hero of your own thing. So that is the make mastery on that one. Be that perfect person. That is enough for our life. So help others. That's it. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, DTM Shankar Tiwari. I'm so glad to listen from you that I take you back in your 80s and 75 or 80s, I think, I believe. And I know, I understand that you are the big fan of Mithun Chakravarti. And me too. In Bollywood movies, I like Mithun Chakravarti's action movies and everything. Anyway, you explained that whoever is played your role, your biography, when we do some biography about you, whoever is play your this leading role should be remembered to everyone. I understand that. Okay, thank you very much. And we have time to go one more question. Yes, I have.
Topic master, I think we already crossed time.
Okay, so thank you very much. I enjoyed being your contest master and hope you enjoy all these speakers. And I am so glad, and I will give you back the lectern to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil Adikula, for wonderful topics, more entertaining one, as like the movies. Thank you so much for that session. I also like that the answer to my question. Just reminding you one thing. Nayanthara may be from your region, but remember, Vignesh is from our region. Thank you so much.
It doesn't matter that.
Thank you so much. And it's time to move on to the listener to check whether we have actually listened the question. So fellow Toastmasters, since we have already introduced.
Can we know who are all qualified in the table topic so we can go forward?
Yes, sure. So the Mr. Timer, may I know who all are qualified for the voting?
Mr. T.M. Shekhar T is not qualified. Remaining other three are qualified.
Okay, Toastmaster Sundar, DTM Sadia Khan, and who else? Toastmaster.
Iqbal, Mr. T.M. Iqbal Qasim.
Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vote counter, please. Yes, the link has been shared. Please cast your best speaker vote. And fellow Toastmasters, it's time to introduce our listener of this meeting today. Since we have already talked a lot about this guy, I would like to directly introduce Toastmaster Ibrahim as a listener. Please, the virtual stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
What a fantastic session that was. Awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And a few of the topics were so enticing that I wish Sunil was just next to me and I would have enticed it. Sunil, please call me. I have prepared a few questions to see if everyone was listening, and that's the critical part. I'm here to judge, essentially, who all were listening, and whether I was listening or not. So let me check. Let's get the gallery view. Okay, do I have the videos on there? Fantastic. Okay, so let me pick on Praveen, sir. Praveen, sir, how are you doing? Good.
Hi, how are you? Toastmaster.
Okay, so can I do it a little different asking you, or should I be just asking the questions? Because should I ask the questions to the audience, or should I be specific? So which?
Keep just ask the question and they will answer.
All right. Which movie did Parvez Ansari said is his favorite movie? The recent one which you watched?
Sorry, once again.
Boot polish.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I love that movie as well. So, okay. So how about this? I think there are more than one ways of doing. I intend to ask the questions amongst the audience, and you guys can raise your hand, and then I will ask. How about that? So let's ask Toastmaster Mateen mentioned that he watched a movie which is his favorite as well, and which he thinks is the most hilarious movie. Which movie is that? You can raise your hand. Or okay, Toastmaster Mansoor Alam. Okay, which one is that?
3 Idiots, sir.
Which one?
3 Idiots.
3 Idiots. That's the correct answer. Now, Mansoor himself had said which movie is the one which he recently watched. Which movie is that? Toastmaster, any guesses? Anyone out there?
Amdani Athani Paisa Rupaiya.
Good job. Now, which movie did Toastmaster Ibrahim say he recently watched? Any guesses? Which movie did I recently watch? Anyone? I was listening while I was speaking as well, so just kidding. Toastmaster Iqbal. How about Toastmaster Muhammad? Were you in? Which movie? Oh, he's trying to get in. Beg your pardon.
Kaun Banega Crorepati?
No, that wasn't the movie that I watched. So let's hear from the Toastmaster of the day, Naresh Kumar. Which movie did I recently watch?
The Ice Road.
Excellent. There you go. Someone was listening, and it gives you significant humility that, okay, when you talk, someone listens. Thank you. Now, let's ask, when Toastmaster Praveen gave the speech, he said he did his first project. Which place was that? Any guesses?
Japan?
Yes, that's absolutely right. Yes. So now I'm not quite sure how you define a bachelor's party back there. I think that's one party which people have before they get married. So who was the one who had a bachelor's party here and was mentioning about that? Any guesses?
Toastmaster Praveen.
Absolutely right. Yeah, there you go. Now, evaluator Roy Jose, when he introduced Toastmaster Jitesh, he mentioned where he went for schooling. Which city is that?
Katak.
Awesome. How many brothers does Jitesh have?
2.
And how old is his elder brother?
5 years.
See, well, I know. Well, you see, you have an IS student down here. How about the second brother? What's the age difference between him and him?
Same age. Same age.
Well, no. What's the difference? Okay. Well, I was just trying to twist the question a bit. He mentioned about one of the employers to be the best employer in the world. Which employer is that?
Ford.
Sorry?
Ford.
Where is it located?
I believe I think he said Ford Europe.
Sorry?
Ford Europe.
Chennai. I think it's located in Chennai, and that's where he said it's the best. Yeah.
Yes, it was Chennai. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for seconding that. Otherwise, I would have been proved wrong. I wasn't a good listener then. Okay. The next part is, where is he currently working? Which company does he work for?
STC.
STC. And before joining STC, which company did he come here and join in 2012?
Mobile.
Awesome. One person is only giving all the answers. Nice. Someone is smart down here. Excellent. Essentially, I should be just asking. Well, good job there. And how much more time do I have? I think I'm pretty much done with the time.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you for giving this opportunity for me to listen. It was a pleasure listening to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim. It was like a kind of suspense thriller movie, whether you would ask me when you started that with the individual person. Thank you so much for that entertaining session. Fellow Toastmasters, it's time to move on to the next session, which is the most important session in any Toastmasters meeting, which is general evaluation. Now I'm going to introduce one of the greatest leader in District 79. He has served different roles in district level, area level, division level, and currently he is serving as a district program quality director. We are proud to have her here today on today's Toastmasters meeting. Thank you, DTM Sadia Khan. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. Welcome to this session, this part of the movie today. And I have various characters in this part of the movie. The second half, the second half is always more intense. The first half sets the stage, and the second half is when we start understanding and analyzing the movie, and that is where we have come today. So my first actor rather, to evaluate Toastmaster Karthikeyan is a Toastmaster, is an actor. They are all actors. They are not Toastmasters. This actor is a person in a movie that you go to whenever you are, kind of having a problem, because he is expert in medicine and he's a pharmaceutical expert. So he gives opinion in that frame of mind. And today my actor Maya Krishnan is going to do just that, give the right Toastmaster Karthikaran to become a better speaker. Over to you, my actor number 1, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan.
Am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, Toastmaster Mike.
Dear fellow Toastmaster, guest gavels, a warm good evening to all. A special good evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. That was a great speech. You started with great quotes. Leadership is the ability to get extraordinary achievement from ordinary people. Toastmaster Karthik, you clearly met the objectives. Great job on that. I really enjoyed your speech, not only me, the whole audience also. And the way you told story about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the missile man, really it was interesting. How he handled failure and success. The space mission once got failure. He took all the responsibilities. The space mission once got success. He sent his team. What a great leader is. A leader is not a position where anyone can handle. It is a skill. I think you have a great skill. That's why you are following ISO 9001 class 5 leadership. Leadership commitment, customer focus, establishing the policy, communicating the policy, organization roles, responsibilities, and authorities. During this entire speech, your eye contact, stage movement, and gestures are excellent. The recommendation part, the entire speech, humor part is missing. I would like to recommend you add humor in your speech. If you do, it will make better connection with the audience and they will feel engaged and captivated. For example, you are mentioning your speech, a leader is not a position where anyone can handle. It is a skill. If I were in your shoes, I would add humor in this place. My father always told me that, Maya, just to follow Mr. Ramachandran, who is living beside my house, because he worked many companies as a manager. He knew all the leadership qualities. From next day onwards, I was following with him wherever he go. One day, I saw him at Saradi restaurant while he was talking to the waiter to make 10 parota parcel along with the chicken curry. The chicken curry should be mixed with curd, dahi. Same thing myself also ordered. When he comes out from the restaurant, I went to him and asked him, sir, this kind of parota is very delicious and tasty. He said, who knows? What, sir? Every day I am following. You are taking parcel from this restaurant and you are talking like this? Yes, yes, yes. You are asking about this parota. Ah, this parotas for my pets. Dogs. Oh my God. I myself also take parcel. But what I did, I don't have any talks and all. Just I ate all the parotas. Like this humor you have to add. Even leadership styles and all, it's very difficult to add, but we want to engage the audience. So we want to add humor, such a kind of words. Overall, you did a fantastic job. Over to General Award.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan. Now the next evaluator to evaluate. Toastmaster Praveen is an actor in my section of movie where he makes sure every member in the movie is supplied with the best of the best they want. As a professional, he is into it as supply chain manager. And that is what he does in the movie as well. Toastmaster Jabir Ali will evaluate Toastmaster Praveen. Over to you, Toastmaster Jabir Ali.
fellow Toastmasters and guests, warm good evening to all. My speaker, Mr. Praveen, delivered a well-organized speech. It has a good opening, body and conclusion. It's a very special congratulations to my speaker, Mr. Praveen. He started his speech by asking a question that whether heroes are born or made. And then he explained to the audience that with his personal example that the leaders are born, not made. When they are made, when they are born, when they are struggled, when they are facing challenges, with this strong message that it is actually when the leaders, the heroes are born. And he has explained several qualities of the good leader and heroes. And he gave a strong message to the all audience that the secret to become a good leader or hero is that it's a learning, it's a continuous learning, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. This way, he is giving a strong message to all the audience. And my speaker is excelled at clarity, eye contact, guesses, audience awareness, and comfort level. Let me explain the above points with the little details. Clarity, his spoken language was clear and easily understood. He has a very clear eye contact, effectively used the eye contact to engage audience. Guesses, used physical guesses effectively. Audience awareness, he demonstrated awareness of the audience engagement and needs. Comfort level, he appeared comfortably in front of the audience. I have two suggestions to my speaker. First one is to include some vocal variety in his speech. For example, when he explained the story of the project demo meeting with his CEO, he could have used some interactions which happened during that meeting. Second one is your appearance in front of your camera. Your complete body movement is not visible for the audience. If you adjust your camera in order to ensure that you are completely visible to all the audience. Overall, my speaker has delivered his project very well. By practicing the above comments and the suggestions, your speech will surely reach to the next level. I wish him for all the best. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jabir Ali. Dear audience, I'm sure you are captivated by the way the evaluators, my actors, are doing their role. And to continue with it, now let me welcome the actor who is having the control of the money. So whenever you need something, that is where everybody goes to. And he has a particular creative streak to himself where he creates wonderful flyers. Please welcome Toastmaster Roy Jules to evaluate Toastmaster Jitesh Raj. Over to you, Toastmaster Roy.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Sadhyakan, for that generous introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guest. Thank you, Toastmaster Jitesh Raj, for starting your icebreaker speech today, and you begin your Toastmaster journey today. Toastmaster Jitesh, you started directly introduced yourself, your native place, your family members, you narrated about the childhood days, and you said about the funny incident from your childhood that was well captured and very interesting to the audience. Then you come to the college studies and career journeys from the native place to the Bangalore, even Melbourne, and extra. Later, you come to the family again and shared about the details of your spouse and your family. At last, you concluded by saying a call of action that everybody should follow the passion for the successful life. It was a full autobiography of your life. Everybody understand and your introduction. What I liked in your speech was the clarity of the speech was good. It was highly compelling and well-constructed content about the topic of introducing yourself as an icebreaker speech. By this speech, we can see you understand the structure of a speech, which is the main purpose of this project. However, I would like to point some recommendations which you can perform in your further Toastmasters journey. What I noticed was, it seems that you are reading the script. If you avoid this and you can practice the speech, the stopwatch, practice and practice again, it will be a great effect in your speech. And more, you speak precisely and convey the message to the audience within the specified time. No need to elaborate more. And read and understand the project requirements before doing the speech. And also, you can work on your gestures. Kindly avoid putting your hands in your pockets and like this. You can freely use your hands and relax and deliver the speech. However, as a beginner, the speech was well prepared icebreaker speech, even though it was a little bit long. And what we are expecting from a beginner speech, you are more than above that. If you consider the recommendations of avoiding script reading and practice your speech thoroughly within the specified time with the project objectives, you can be a speaker, champion speaker, and you can be a proud member of Taj Toastmasters Club. Congratulations, Toastmaster Jitesh. All the best for your next project. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roy Jones. And now moving on to our last speaker, the last actor to evaluate the prepared speakers is an actor who is very well trained, and he really loves training everyone as well. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Shakir to evaluate Toastmaster Ibrahim. Over to you, Toastmaster Shakir.
Thank you, General Evaluator. What we witnessed today, an amazing speech craft, well presented by Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karjikar. Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karjikar, what are the 4 things that I liked in your speech? That in the opening you mentioned a statement, a relationship with a human to human. That's the mentoring. What a great statement. And you put some examples like a father to son, like a teacher to student. And the second one, that's mentoring is the heart of Toastmasters. And you grab the audience attention and you bring 2 of the best mentors in the club, DTM Manaz Al-Bukhari and Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. I'm sure they are watching this one and they will be happy with that statement. And you explained very well how they help you to develop as a Toastmaster. And the third thing that I liked in your speech, that's in the body, you mentioned a personal story that Mr. Thomas, he is the best mentor in your life. And we all going through our best mentor in our life. You literally take us throughout the journey. And the last thing that I liked in your speech, that's in the conclusion, you mentioned how you pass the legacy from you to your protege. That is the conclusion in your speech. Well presented. Now, the purpose of your project was to share some aspects of a previous example as a protege, and you clearly mentioned that one. Your stage utilization was well, you completely used the stage, and your body gesture it was looks awesome and attractive. And you add a personal story, and your spoken language was very clear. Especially, I liked your accent. I want to copy your accent. I will get you back to you with that one later on. You have a very good eye contact with the audience and an awesome energy level as always. The only one thing that I felt in your speech was missing the humor. Maybe you could add a humor with the personal story. Like that, if you ask me, the third speaker, Jidesh Raj, fortunately or unfortunately, I am his mentor. And he asked me before this speech, he showed me the script. I said, just go ahead. But I thought I need to work more on my mentoring as a mentor. So put a personal story with a humor, it will be much better. After all, the speech was very good, well constructed and well delivered. Only by adding a humor, you can take your speech to the next level. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shakir. And now moving on to how we did in our grammar, the language. The next actor is a person who is really keeping tab of how every actor has spoken so far. Let us welcome Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen.
We have the table topics evaluation.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Before I call Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen, please wait for a minute. We have Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalan, who is a man with wisdom, with a lot of readings and a lot of years spent with the books. Please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Arunachalam as our table topic evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunil Idikula, for entering table topic session. It was a real, well-organized topics. From this, the first speaker, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, recording the topics of the questions, he spoke brilliantly and he commented that was a good way to start your most funniest movies. He started the baby stories and it is reduced, and he said reduce the tension, and then the children are enjoyed and make a fresh mind. He spoke the personal narrative. It was the fantastic speech. And your hand movements are very clear. And only one recommendations. Use the word of the day during your speech. It will be outstanding. The next speaker, Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam. Your speech was quite well organized by you. You spoke about the fairness of the Hollywood Awards, and you explained the positive and negative points. And also you spoke the happiness and shared the excellent start and conclusions. You were the blessed with the ability to captivate the audience attention to yourself when you're speaking. You are the great speaker because you use the word of the day during your speech. The third speaker, TTM Shadia Khan. He started the nice way to related to concept of the topics, the female actors. He spoke great story about Nayandara, and then movies, both sides, male or females, are supported to develop their careers. The wonderful speech and great conclusions. The one simple one recommendations. Add some humorous to your speech. It will be outstanding. The final speaker, the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Shagir Tiwari. Wow, nice and great opening. He spoke about the Hollywood biography. You started your person's story about the childhood and graduate level, and immediately you spoke about the Chakrabarti and then other stories started. The opening is admirable. Your hand structure, your hand movements are very clear. One recommendations, if you want to captivate your speech, include your word of the day during your speech. If you give the speech in standing position, it will be great for your speech. Back to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. And now moving on to our language. How did we do? How good or bad? Let us invite a Toastmaster who is very passionate about it, I'm sure. Let's welcome Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen to evaluate our language. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen.
Okay, thank you very much. And since we are running out of time, today's session will be a very captivating one because the best word of the day is Nayantara. What is this? Come on, it's a movie, anything can happen. So moving forward and rolling out the reel, I go forward with the words which are being used: enticing, motivating, shared values, instrumental, pressure, wisdom, power pack, sharpen the saw, improper language, substandard design, premium area, synergy, genuine chemistry, marine corporate mentor, protege, and some improper use. He studied new courses. It was said that studied. He studied. It should be he study. He said it should be studied. How he is interesting. How he was interesting. Mission was failed. It was mission failed. You have to be short in it. It is short in it. Work environmental. It is work environment. Most importantly is most important. Somebody believe is someone believes. We deliver the leaders. We train the leaders. Customer is always right. And some of the good usage. Heroes are born. Take risk in life. Mentors in life. Mentorship is the heart of any important thing. Devil is in the details. Without getting defensive, that is a good question. Baby's day out, and 850 eagerly waiting candidates should be 850 candidates. And it's not speech length, but it is speech time. Since I'm running out of the time, this is it, the grammarian report. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen. And can I have the timer's report, please? Toastmaster Parvez, for the evaluators.
Yes, madam. The timing report is Mr. Javir Ali and Mr. T.M. Jose is qualified for this session, and T.M. Maya Krishnan, T.M. Shakir is not qualified. He exceeded the very little time, and T.M. Dr. Arunachalam also qualified. Thank you for the report.
Is grammarian not included in that voting for evaluators? Mr. President?
I'm just sharing the voting link.
May I share the screen?
I'm sorry, we are just now going for the voting. You may please continue, General Evaluator.
Okay, and now can we have our counters report, and how did we do in terms of ahs, ums? Let's welcome Toastmaster Manzoor Alam to let us know whether we spoke fluently or not. Over to you, Toastmaster Manzoor.
Once again, good evening to all. I'm presenting my counter report. Toastmaster Karthikeyan uses well 1 times, 2 times, like 3 times, but 5 times, and 7 times, I 7 times. Toastmaster Parveen uses well 3 times, so 4 times, like 3 times, but 5 times, and 9 times, I 9 times. Toastmaster Jitesh uses ha 15 times, well 4 times, so 20 times, like 5 times, but 8 times and 20 times, I 34 times. Toastmaster Ibrahim uses well 7 times, so 6 times, well like 4 times, but 7 times and 12 times, I 17 times. Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim uses like 3 times, but 4 times and 4 times, I 5 times. Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam uses well 3 times, so 3 times, like 3 times, but 3 times and 6 times, I 4 times. Toastmaster Sadia Khan uses so 4 times, but 3 times and 6 times, I 5 times. DTM Shekhar Tiwari uses ha 3 times, 2 times, well 2 times, so 5 times, but 2 times and 6 times, I 6 times. Toastmaster Maya Krishnan uses well 2 times, so 3 times, like 3 times, but 4 times and 3 times, I 8 times. Toastmaster Jabir Adil uses ha 1 times, well 2 times, so 3 times, like 2 times, but 4 times and 7 times, I 7 times. Toastmaster Rose uses ha 1 times, well 3 times, so 3 times, but 3 times and 6 times, I 2 times. Toastmaster Shakir uses well 5 times, so 2 times, like 3 times, but 5 times and 8 times, I 5 times. Toastmaster Dr. Dr. Arunachalam uses well 4 times, so 3 times, like 3 times, but 4 times and 8 times, and I 4 times. Back to
That's it. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Manzoor. And now moving on to my report as general evaluator. We're running short of time, though I would like to go in details of each section of the meeting, but I will just make it short because unfortunately the time was not maintained. So though it was a lovely session, thoroughly enjoyed the theme of the day, wonderfully introduced by the Toastmaster of the day, and all the functionaries did their job to the T. Thank you so much to make this meeting a success. Only a word of a few recommendations to the Toastmaster of the day. Had your introductions more filmy, so to go with your theme of the day. So to carry on the theme of the day, it's important, to make your meeting in. I'm sure you all know each other for quite a long time, and you know where and who is working for how many years. So to have that as an introduction rather than make something more innovative, so that would make the meeting more interesting. To the president, Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam, I thoroughly enjoyed your enthusiasm in the beginning. You were so enthusiastic and mashallah. And I love the fact that so many of you stood up and spoke. That is one very good thing. So excellent. And I think you are leading, you're walking the talk by standing up and speaking and putting that energy that is needed at the beginning of the meeting. But I just missed the business session. Was there a business session? Was there a minutes of the meeting, last meeting read? Toastmaster Sundar?
No, General.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let us have the minutes of the meeting read, and you talked about the last session, so that was a good thing. But I congratulate Taj Toastmasters Club for being select distinguished club so far. So excellent achievement. And whenever there is something to be spoken in the middle of the meeting, it is point of information and not point of order. And Toastmaster of the and table topic master, wonderful topic. But I think we lost a lot of time. So let us have a list of speakers ready. And I would really recommend to call this for table topic the speakers, the members who have not got the speaking roles. Like I saw Toastmaster Sunitha, and we haven't heard her at all. So there were so many Toastmasters who could have loved to take part in table topics, and especially when your topics were so interesting. So next time, all the speakers who have not got the speaking roles, so that they feel part of the meeting. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting.
Point of information, DTM Sadia, the timer report and word master report are yet to be finished.
Timer report. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not aware of this. What is the timer's report now?
He will announce the timings now. For all the reports.
He will announce all the timing?
Yes.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I had no no idea what is the role of Toastmaster Sunita Johnny. Is it she will talk about how many people use the word of the day?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had no idea because this role is into the grammarian's role, so I just forgot about that part. So yes, let's welcome. Yeah, as I said, we haven't heard you, Toastmaster Sunita, so this is your time. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. My report on the use of the word of the day, captivate, is as follows. We had Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam, who used the word 4 times, and it was wonderful to see the use as frequent as that. Then we had Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen, who used it twice. We had Toastmaster Jitesh Raj, who used it once. Toastmaster Sadia Khan used it once. And Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam used it once. We had lots of captivating speeches today, but I wish we used the word of the day more often. With that, I end my report. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunita. One tip that I can give you to keep your word of the day alive throughout the meeting is just have it written, and maybe you can flash it time and again so that the speakers, they see it and they can they remember using it. So that is what we do in our meetings. We keep it handy so that every time you flash it, the speaker has to use it whether he likes it or not, or wants it or not. So that makes it more usable. And the word of the day, that is how we need to increase our vocabulary. So that helps us. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunita, for that captivating word. And moving on, now timers report. So I need to call the timer, Toastmaster Parvez. Toastmaster Parvez, the stage is yours.
Yes, madam. Good evening once again. And timing report I have already calculated and made in Excel sheet. Can you please share my screen, or shall I speak?
You can share your screen now.
Yeah, please, sir. Please share the screen so that everyone can.
No, you can share your screen now. You have to share the screen from your side.
Yeah. Please, is it? Now is it okay?
Visible?
Yes, we can see it.
Visible to everyone?
Yes, it is visible, Toastmaster Parvez. Thank you.
Yeah, so the prepared speech, TM Karthik, 5 minutes 50 seconds is qualified. TM Praveen, 6 minutes 36 seconds qualified. TM Jitesh Rai, 9 minutes 42 seconds. It's not qualified. Hope he will improve next time. TM Ibrahim Ali, 7 minutes 32 seconds. It's not qualified, just step for 2 seconds. So hope he will also improve. Minor point. Now the table topics. TM Iqbal, 1 minute 35 seconds qualified. TM Dr. Sundar, 2 minutes 20 seconds is qualified. TM Sadia Khan, 1 minute 39 seconds is qualified. TM Shekhar T, 2 minutes 32 seconds is not qualified. Just step for 2 seconds. Hope he will also improve next time. Now the general evaluators. TM Maya Krishnan, 3 minutes 36 seconds is not qualified. And TM Javed Ali, 3 minutes 12 seconds is qualified. TM Jose Roy, 3 minutes 8 seconds is qualified. TM Shakir, 3 minutes 36 seconds is not qualified. And TM Arunachalam, 3 minutes 12 seconds is qualified. So this was my evaluation report on the timing. Hope everyone understood. Now get back to the evaluation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Parvez, for that precise timing report. I was just wondering why this was not given earlier. So this is how you do it. Excellent. Thank you. So that the speakers know exactly where and how much they need to improve in their speaking, in handling their timing, and evaluators as well. So as we are, it really pains for me to see that the timing is exceeded. When you exceed your time limit, that takes the time from other speakers. So had our grammarian got more time, the grammarian has 3 to 5 minutes, and unfortunately he couldn't present his full report just because others took his time. So let's maintain the time. I think we are well within time. It's 9 minutes 9:31. And 1 minute ahead. So I hand over the control of the lectern to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Naresh. The stage is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Sadia Khan, for the wonderful evaluation and also visiting our club. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm going to give just a closing remarks. As we have already seen, I have explained that cinema or films are the powerful medium. So as it is a powerful medium, it is important for us to understand and watch the movies more critically. Because when we understand the nuances of a medium, we can enjoy the most subtle moments within that medium. Sometimes it can be hard to really understand what discrimination is, what poverty is, or sufferings are like when it doesn't affect us personally. Films can immerse you in others' life for a few hours and help you to empathize with people you have never met. So meaningful movies doesn't, when I'm talking about these many things about the movies, meaningful movies doesn't mean that you need to make a documentary trying to get into the world to see an issue from your perspective. It's like meaningful films can also be tremendously entertaining. So the next time when you go to watch a movie, go to your regular dose of entertainment, but for a few minutes. Look at it as an opportunity to discover what it is to be human. With this, I would like to hand over to our President, Toastmaster, Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity and for this wonderful meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Naresh Kumar, for that excellent, engrossing, and captivating session based on your theme, Movie Time. You indeed touched us all with the theme, and we all thoroughly enjoyed it. And at this time, I should also send out my kudos to the other two Big Three leaders, our Table Topics Master, who also aligned all his topics with that of the theme. And it could be seen in the way how our speakers, Table Topic speakers, were responding to the questions. And also, our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sadia Khan. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that captivating general evaluation session. And you also brought in the theme. You were addressing all the evaluators as actors who are playing part of your script. And the second half was indeed engrossing as the first half as well. Thank you so much, and a big round of applause for all our Big Three leaders. So it's time now to vote for our Big Three leaders. So we will be now voting for, I'll just share the link for voting the best of the Big Three. And here is the...
Dear President, I want to raise the motion to increase the time.
Can anyone second the motion?
I will second the motion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we will, how long should you want to prolong it for? 5 more minutes would be fine. Sergeant at Arms?
I think 5 more minutes.
Thank you so much. So the meeting will be extended by another 5 minutes. So kindly vote for the best of the Big Three. And in the meantime, we'll take our feedback from our guests. Of course, we had a long feedback from DTM Sadia Khan as the general evaluator, but as the PQD, she is invited in our meeting. And thank you really very much for joining us, ma'am, today. Just your words of feedback. If you have anything that you have missed out on your meeting, you please welcome her. You're muted, ma'am.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for making me a part of this meeting. I love the professionalism. I love the camaraderie. I love the entire aura of the meeting, where all were so well prepared with the roles. All are really professionally dressed. That is what I also love about this meeting, and thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. I think we are Taj Toastmasters Club. I really look forward to a lot of, a lot of expectations are from Taj Toastmasters Club, because you have, mashallah, good name in District 79. And this meeting, I witnessed why it is such a big name. So thank you for making me part of this meeting. Thank you for giving me the role. And I thank all the Toastmasters who are part of this wonderful club. Keep doing great work. You're already select distinguished, and I'm so sure this year also you will set the benchmark. And I look forward to having quality meetings, wonderful themes. Every time I see your flyers, I feel really good about it. I really enjoy seeing your flyers. They are all wonderful and beautiful themes that you have every time in your meeting. Continue the good work, and I'm sure that you are going to set benchmark for other clubs to follow. So back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, DTM Sadia Khan, for, in fact, these kind words, encouraging words indeed. And also the general evaluation session, you have indeed set us a challenge. And as you said, we always like to be the benchmark. And this is going to be our next challenge. All our ExCom and members are going to work sure that the issues are ironed out, and we will definitely be a benchmark club in district center. Thank you very much for that, ma'am. So let me also invite another well-wisher of our club, who is also a guest here with us today, DTM Shekhar Tiwari. Sir, your feedback, please. So please unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, our president and all our great leader of Taj, Madam PQD, DTM Sadia Khan. We really, I'm thankful to you for you are now general evaluator, so I learned a lot of things from you today. So this club is very, very close to my heart actually. When I started my Division F journey, the leaders of this club motivate me a lot. That feeling I cannot miss in my lifetime, because from your club I attended one continent. I think seven continent meeting was there. Taj arranged that meeting. So that the beauty of this club means this club is really very close to my heart. So every meeting, as usual, it is a wonderful meeting for me, and I'm learning a lot of things from you, all great leaders. And especially Dr. Sundar, you are a wonderful speaker, champion speaker for me. Means since you just finalist of Riyadh, finalist of the District 79. Since then, you are a wonderful speaker for me. So all speaker and great leader, you can learn a lot of things from this club. So I wish I wish to join this club. Every meeting is this. That's my feeling. So congratulations, another milestone. I believe that 7 today you reached to maybe 8 point now. So 7 point already achieved. So congratulations, big salute to you all, Tajian, and great achievement. So over to you. Thank you so much. Keep inviting us. Keep giving things to us to learn. Back to you.
Thank you very much, DTM Shekhar, for that encouraging words. Really, it's uplifting to hear these things from senior Toastmasters like DTM Sadia and DTM Shekhar. So it's now time to announce our results. Let me share my screen for the results, and here we are. So let's see who are the winners. Of course, I promised Oscars, but I'm at least giving out the certificates. So the best speaker is the best Taj. Our best table topic speaker was DT. The best evaluator was the best meeting lead. And the best of big three was our congratulations to all the winners. And we shall now rise up for the national anthem. And in respect of the National Day being celebrated in Saudi Arabia this week, let us also rise up not only for the Indian national anthem, but also for the Saudi national anthem, our adopted second home. My request to all of you to stand up for the national anthem now. The meeting is officially adjourned.
Can we please switch out